Okay, grade 5. Let's continue the topic about the star. So we're done with the constellation. So let's have a few recap. Constellation is a group of stars that forms a pattern. And then the most famous star in the northern hemisphere or in the North Pole, okay, is called the Big Dipper and then a Little Dipper. So that Little Dipper is consists of 7 stars, primarily the Polaris. Polaris is a really big star. The size of that one is 2,500 times bigger than our sun, but we can still see it because it's more brighter. At the same time, it's more bigger. Okay, we're done with this part. So for better understanding of constellation, I have here a short video. So let's watch it.
Oh, hey guys! It's just gotten dark here, so we're spending a little time before bed looking at the night sky. And sometimes we like to look up at the stars and make up funny stories about the things that we see. Have you ever looked up at the clouds during the day and thought about what they looked like? A duck, an alligator, a shark, or even a bear? Well, people do the same thing with the stars, and they've done so for thousands of years. I'm sure you've noticed on a nice clear night how there are so many stars in the sky, more than you can probably count. Some stars look brighter to us than others, and the darker it is where you live, like if you're really far from the lights of a city, the more stars you can see. And for a long time, people have seen pictures among certain groups of stars, just like connect the dots. These groups of stars are sometimes called constellations, and scientists still use the names of these constellations to describe different parts of the night sky. Probably the most famous group of stars that's easiest to find is the Big Dipper. If you live in the northern hemisphere, you can spot it pretty easily in the northern part of the sky. It's made of 7 bright stars, and if you connect the dots of those stars, you'll see a big squarish bowl with a really long handle sticking out of it. In the United States, some people thought the stars looked like a big ladle or spoon, so they called it the Big Dipper. But just like the fluffy clouds we were talking about, groups of stars can look different to different people. In Great Britain, for example, the same 7 stars are called the Plough because they were thought to look like a farmer's plow. And people in Germany thought it looked like a wagon. And those same stars also reminded lots of ancient people of a giant bear. Scientists today consider the Big Dipper to be part of a bigger constellation that they call Ursa Major, for Great Bear. The Big Dipper is easiest to find in the summer when it's higher in the sky. But in the winter, you should look for another famous constellation, Orion. The first part that you'll probably see are the 3 bright stars in a row. In ancient Greece, stargazers thought that they looked like the belt of a great hunter. They thought the 2 bright stars above it would be where his shoulders were, and the 2 stars below it, his legs. The more people looked, the more other things they saw. And if you use your imagination and follow the stars from one of his shoulders, you can see another group of stars, like he's holding on to something, like a shield. And what are those fuzzy lights hanging from his belt? Oh, kind of looks like a sword. There's a lot more to Orion than just a few stars. That's why when astronomers talk about constellations, they don't just mean the few stars that might look like something. They also mean all of the other stuff in that part of the night sky. So part of what gives Orion's sword its fuzzy brightness is a distant cloud of gas and dust called the Orion Nebula. That's part of the Orion constellation too. So what if you live in the southern hemisphere? Then keep your eyes open for the crux, the smallest of the constellations. It's still pretty easy to find, especially in the winter, because of the 4 bright stars that make a cross, which is what its name means. The southern hemisphere is also a great place to find Sagittarius, a constellation that reminded ancient Greeks of a creature that was part man, part horse, shooting an arrow. For most people, the easiest way to find it is to look for the 8 stars that make this shape. To me, it looks more like a teapot, but that's why it's fun to make up stories. So the next time that you're outside and it's dark, look up and see if you can find any of these constellations or other groups of stars. Or you could just make up your own. Okay, Squeaks, let's find something that looks like a rat. See you next time on SciShow Kids!
Okay, so that is a very interesting video about constellations. So I hope someday you could make up your own name for group of stars and then you could name it after your name, by the way. Okay, the scientists who study stars, planets, galaxies, black holes, and constellation is called astronomer. That is the name of the scientist. Okay, so let's proceed to the next slide. Star on the move. Stars are not always in the same place in the sky. That's why you have the song, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, how I wonder what you are. At the same time, you are wondering the falling star. Okay? They move in predictable ways. Suppose you look at the sky early one evening and founded the Big Dipper. When you look 2 hours later, the Big Dipper seems to have moved towards the west. Actually, the Big Dipper did not move, but you move. The spinning of the earth or the rotation of the earth is the reason why you see stars are moving. I'll repeat, stars is not moving, but the earth is the one spinning or rotating. That's why it seems like you see the stars is moving. Okay? So here, the stars appear to spin around the Polaris in this time-lapse photo. Remember in your camera, in your mobile, you could do time-lapse, you could do slow-mo, okay? So when you do time-lapse, it seems that the star is the one moving, but no, the Earth is the one moving because the Earth is rotating and it is rotating in its axis. It looks like in a circle movement. But if you're going to ask me, but teacher, is it really stars are falling? Yes. When the stars become dead, it falls in the sky. And then that's the time the star is moving. When it's dead, it falls down in the sky. That's why you see it falling. Or sometimes the star is not the one that you see. Some meteors and asteroids in the sky that is crashing down there in the other part of the outer space, that is the one moving. Probably not the stars. Okay? So that is maybe that is a meteor or asteroid. Okay, last page. Number 9. If other stars are bigger, brighter and larger than the sun, why does the sun appear so large? Because the sun is the closest star to the earth. Okay, that's why it seems so big to us. Number 10. What is the significance of Polaris, the North Star? Because Polaris is almost directly above the North Pole. Polaris does not seem to move as Earth rotates. This helps navigators determine the direction such as the north when traveling. Okay, so remember the movie Moana when she wants to navigate, when she wants to go to other place, when she's searching for the island. At night, she tried to look at the star by her hand. Remember that movie? Okay, so because before there is no GPS, so the way to look at the direction is by looking the star. And Polaris is in the northern hemisphere. It's directly proportional. Okay, you can see it directly if you are in the northern hemisphere or the North Pole, okay, or the northern part of the Earth. So that could serve as one of the mark in the sky that you are in the northern part. So that is very helpful. In old time, they use a star to navigate. But now, since we have GPS, it's easy for us. Okay, so I hope you learned a lot today. If you have some question about the topic, you can just send privately in my WhatsApp or in Clasera. Enjoy your day, girls. Bye.